The U.S.-Mexico border, where the Biden administration is expecting to soon see as many as 10,000 migrants per day crossing the border. Pandemic-era rules set to expire this week. ABC's Maria Villarreal joins us from El Paso, Texas, as conditions there are worsening. Maria, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Janae. We are just days away from Title 42 coming to an end, but already we are seeing large groups stage in Mexico, getting ready to come across. Thousands are actually crossing every day already, trying to request asylum here in the U.S. In El Paso, they are seeing between 1,500 and 2,000 people that are processed and released every day. Shelters are full, and city leaders are working around the clock to prepare for the anticipated surge.
This morning, pressure mounting along the U.S.-Mexico border as the end of Title 42 creeps closer. In Juarez, Mexico, just across the river from El Paso, a growing number of tents line the riverbank. In Brownsville, Texas, clothes and trash left near the Rio Grande River by groups that were apprehended by Border Patrol. On Thursday, Title 42, the pandemic-era policy that allows agents to quickly expel migrants because of COVID concerns, will sunset. Officials predicting up to 10,000 migrants crossing the border each day, far beyond the 3,500 per day authorities can comfortably handle.
If it does spike next week, we're going to be ready to handle that.
Across the river in Matamoros, desperation at a tipping point. There's no electricity or running water here. Lucia Gomez and her 2-year-old daughter Jessica have been living in that Matamoros camp for 5 months, unable to get an appointment to request asylum. Her patience is dwindling as the dangers of living here get worse. On the ground with Border Patrol in Texas, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas tells us they are surging resources to the border.
We are maximizing the resources we have to deliver the most efficient result. We are doing so within a system, an immigration system, that is fundamentally broken.
Beyond the border, there is a big concern about the ripple effect this could have on the rest of the country. Most of the migrants that are picked up and then processed are released, and they don't want to stay in these border communities. They end up in places like, Florida, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and New York. And now those areas are saying that their resources are strained. They're asking Congress to get more involved on a long-term solution that could affect our immigration system. Janae?
So many communities bracing for that. Maria, important reporting you've been doing down there. Thank you. Now let's bring in ABC's Elizabeth Schulze at the White House for more now on how the administration is gearing up to handle the influx of migrants expected. Elizabeth, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Janae. The White House insists that it is using every tool available to prepare for the expected surge of migrants at the southern border next week. The Pentagon is sending 1,500 active duty U.S. troops to be in place at the border by May 10th. Officials say those troops will not serve in a law enforcement capacity, but will instead help with administrative tasks like data entry and warehouse support. The administration is also assigning hundreds of asylum officers and immigration judges while opening new processing centers in Central and South America to try to speed up pathways for legal immigration. One administration official tells us that the White House is out of options for executive action on immigration reform, instead pointing the finger at Congress. A last-ditch bill introduced by a bipartisan group of senators would extend the policies of Title 42 for 2 more years, but it has virtually no chance of passing in time. There is just no doubt that this is a political liability for President Biden. Officials here are bracing for scenes of long lines at the border next week and for the backlash from Republicans who've been blasting the president for 2 years over his immigration policies. Whit.
Elizabeth Schulze at the White House for us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.